The glittering streets of New York City have always served as the ultimate stage for the world's most captivating stories, a place where the intersection of art, fame, and destiny creates moments that instantly etch themselves into the cultural zeitgeist. In the heart of the metropolis, beneath the dazzling lights that define the city that never sleeps, an extraordinary atmosphere of anticipation was building to a crescendo. It is a phenomenon well understood by those who navigate the highest echelons of public life, where every glance is scrutinized, every gesture is analyzed, and the boundary between private reality and public persona becomes beautifully, yet intensely, blurred. For weeks, the whispers through the corridors of the entertainment capitals suggested that an unprecedented milestone was on the horizon. A moment that would unite two completely distinct spheres of global influence in a way that regular observers could scarcely have predicted just a year prior. The red carpet, long considered the ultimate proving ground for high society and global celebrity, was being prepared for an evening that promised to transcend the standard promotional circuit, transforming a traditional premiere into a historical marker of modern companionship. As the cameras were positioned and the crowds gathered along the barricades, there was a palpable sense that those in attendance were about to witness a definitive chapter in a narrative that had been quietly developing behind closed doors, away from the relentless glare of the cameras, yet fueled by an undeniable spark that could no longer be contained within the shadows of speculation. The fascination with individuals who occupy such rarefied air is a testament to our collective desire for romance, drama, and the unexpected alignments that occasionally disrupt the predictable rhythm of the news cycle. When figures who have spent decades defining their respective fields find a common ground, the resulting synergy captivates millions, forcing us to look beyond the carefully curated images and seek the genuine human emotion underneath. It is this exact intersection of public fascination and deeply personal connection that we are exploring today, unraveling a journey that began with quiet meetings and has now blossomed into a full-scale global spectacle. To ensure you stay connected with every twist and turn of this extraordinary narrative, as well as other groundbreaking developments from the world of entertainment and high-profile culture, we invite you to take a moment to subscribe to our channel and join our growing community of viewers who appreciate deep, insightful storytelling that goes beyond the surface headlines. By doing so, you will always be at the forefront of the stories that truly matter, analyzed with the care and depth they deserve. As we look closer at the events leading up to this monumental evening in Manhattan, it becomes clear that the groundwork for this public revelation was laid through months of careful navigation, shared experiences, and a mutual understanding of what it means to live a life completely exposed to the judgment of the world, making their ultimate decision to step forward together all the more profound. To fully understand the magnitude of the atmosphere surrounding this recent New York City gathering, one must first look back at the individual trajectories of the two souls at the center of this media whirlwind. On one side, we have a literal force of nature in the global music industry, a chart-topping sensation whose anthems have served as the soundtrack for a generation, known for her vibrant artistry, spectacular visual reinventions, and a career marked by massive stadium tours that have filled arenas from London to Paris. Her journey has been one of constant evolution, transitioning from a young artist finding her voice to a foundational pillar of modern pop culture whose every romantic chapter has been catalogued by the press. On the other side stands a figure whose life has been defined by a completely different kind of spotlight, one characterized by formal protocols, global representation, and the heavy responsibility of leadership on the world stage. Having spent years navigating the complex and often rigid expectations of high-level global prominence, his sudden emergence in the vibrant, unscripted world of global pop stardom represented a cultural crossover of monumental proportions. When the first rumors of an unexpected connection between these two titans began to surface in the middle of July 2025, the public reaction was a mixture of utter disbelief and intense curiosity, as commentators struggled to envision how these two vastly different worlds could ever find a harmonious alignment. Yet, as the summer of 2025 progressed into autumn, the subtle clues and occasional sightings began to paint a picture that defied the initial skepticism of the critics, revealing a deeply rooted bond that was quietly strengthening away from the public eye. What started as quiet conversations in cosmopolitan centers soon evolved into shared moments across different continents, creating a trail of breadcrumbs that avid followers eagerly traced across social media and international tabloids. From the historic streets of European capitals to the neon-lit avenues of Asian metropolises, the couple managed to craft a private sanctuary within the chaos of their hyper-visible lives. Navigating the challenges of long distance and immense professional obligations with a grace that surprised many. The anticipation reached a boiling point as the calendar turned to 2026, with the global audience watching closely for any sign that this captivating romance would finally transition from low-profile excursions to an official, undeniable public declaration. That long-awaited moment finally arrived under the prestigious banner of the Tribeca Film Festival, an event renowned for celebrating cinematic achievements, but destined on this particular evening to become the backdrop for one of the most significant romantic debuts in recent memory. As the limousines approached the venue and the absolute frenzy of the media reached its peak, the stage was perfectly set for an entrance that would solidify their status as the ultimate contemporary power couple. A moment we will explore in vivid detail as we reveal the full extent of their red carpet transformation. The true depth of this extraordinary relationship, however, extends far beyond the dazzling flashes of the red carpet or the carefully orchestrated appearances at prestigious film festivals. Reaching deep into the private sanctuaries of their respective family lives, where the real foundation of their bond is being built day by day. For any modern couple, integrating families is a profound and delicate step, but when the individuals involved are global icons with highly recognizable lives, the stakes and the inherent complexities are magnified exponentially. This past month, a close source revealed to the public that Katy Perry took the monumental step of introducing her 5-year-old daughter, whom she shares with her former fiancé Orlando Bloom, to Justin Trudeau's 3 children from his previous marriage to his estranged wife, Sophie Grégoire Trudeau. This meeting of 2 entirely different worlds represents a beautiful, conscious effort to build a unified future, transforming a high-profile romance into a nurturing, blended family dynamic that prioritizes the well-being of their children above all else. The transition required immense sensitivity and care given the public nature of their lives, yet those close to the couple report that the initial interaction was filled with genuine warmth, laughter, and an immediate sense of comfort that eased any lingering anxieties. By bringing their children together in such a meaningful way, Perry and Trudeau have signaled to the world that their connection is not merely a temporary alliance or a fleeting romance of the elite, but a deeply committed partnership intended to withstand the test of time and the relentless pressures of global scrutiny. It shows a profound level of maturity that matches their respective life journeys, proving that behind the glamorous exterior and the media frenzy lies a shared dedication to parenthood and creating a stable, loving environment for their loved ones. This beautiful family integration marks the true heart of their journey over the past year, anchoring their public debut in a profound reality that gives genuine meaning to every affectionate glance and smile they shared under the historic Manhattan lights. To fully appreciate how they arrived at this harmonious point of mutual understanding, one must look back at the unexpected spark that ignited this entire narrative during the warm summer months of last year, a period that laid the groundwork for everything we see today. As the couple swiftly nears their highly anticipated 1-year anniversary, new and fascinating details have emerged about the incredible chemistry that defined their very first encounter in the vibrant city of Montreal. According to insiders close to the situation, the connection between the pop superstar and the global figure was instantaneous and undeniable from the moment they sat down together for their first private conversation. In fact, a source recently disclosed that after their initial date last summer, Katy Perry ended up returning to Justin's residence in Montreal, and the pair have been virtually inseparable ever since that definitive evening changed the course of their personal lives. This revelation adds a layer of intense passion and absolute certainty to their shared history, showing that what the world initially perceived as a slow-burning rumor was actually a profound, immediate recognition of 2 souls finding their perfect match in an unexpected place. Despite the massive geographic distances, separate home bases, and the grueling international schedules that dictate their daily routines, they have made it a strict point to carve out sacred time for one another, traveling across oceans and time zones just to spend a few precious days in each other's company away from the noise of the world. Whether it was their intimate winter getaway to Tokyo, where they finally decided to share their happiness with the world via social media, or their casual weekend dancing together at Coachella during a live musical performance in the spring of 2026. They have consistently prioritized their bond above all else, proving that true emotional alignment can overcome even the most demanding professional obligations. The individual journeys of both heroes explain why they are so uniquely suited to navigate this unparalleled level of attention together without loosen their sense of identity or purpose. Katy Perry, now 41, has spent over 2 decades evolving under the public microscope, transitioning from a breakout artist with infectious pop anthems into a sophisticated global business mogul, a devoted mother, and a foundational pillar of modern cultural history. Her premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival for her concert documentary, which chronicles her spectacular live performances in Paris, is a celebration of her enduring legacy and artistic maturity, representing a moment where she stands fully in control of her own narrative and creative destiny. On the other hand, Justin Trudeau, at 54, has spent a lifetime in the public eye, accustomed from a very young age to a world of strict protocol, international diplomacy, and the constant weight of global expectations and societal judgments. His transition into this vibrant, unscripted new chapter of his personal life shows a man who is wholeheartedly embracing happiness on his own terms, stepping away from rigid traditional boundaries to share in the joyful, colorful, and creative world of his partner. His playful nods to her historic career, such as donning a shark costume for Halloween in a delightful callback to her famous viral Super Bowl halftime performance, reveal a wonderful sense of humor and a genuine willingness to celebrate her artistic world without reservation or pretense. This profound mutual respect for each other's distinct pasts, professional accomplishments, and public identities has allowed them to forge a relationship based on true equality, where neither individual overshadows the other, but instead, they amplify each other's strengths and provide a safe, supportive harbor from the relentless storm of global fame. Ultimately, this modern love story matters on a grander scale because it challenges our traditional perceptions of fame, romance, and the arbitrary boundaries that we often place between different spheres of global influence. In an era where public lives are often overanalyzed, strictly compartmentalized, and deeply segmented, the union of a premier pop culture definitive artist and an internationally recognized leader reminds us that human connection obeys no rules, borders, or conventional Hollywood scripts. Their magnificent red carpet debut in New York City was not just a promotional event for a documentary film, but a definitive statement of unity and mutual respect. A public declaration that they are fully ready to face the world side by side as they confidently enter their second year together as a couple. The beautiful imagery of them leaning in toward one another, their foreheads touching gently as they laughed amidst a sea of flashing cameras, will undoubtedly remain an enduring symbol of a contemporary romance that dared to defy expectations and captured the vivid imagination of millions across the globe. As they look forward to the future, carefully balancing their newly blended families, demanding international careers, and the unending curiosity of the public, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau have shown that true partnership is about finding someone who can share the heavy weight of the spotlight while keeping your heart firmly grounded in what matters most. It is a story of growth, resilience, and the courage to pursue happiness openly, creating a beautifully cohesive narrative that will continue to inspire, fascinate, and captivate audiences around the world for many years to come.